What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I am going to be kicking off my 20 and 26 review series over here on YouTube. I've already kicked it off over on TikTok and Instagram, but right now this is the kickoff of the 20 and 26. For those of you who don't know, back in 2024, I did a review series where I did the 20th anniversary of a lot of movies that came out in the year 2004, and this year I'm doing it again for 2006 for the 20th anniversary of those movies. I gotta say, for as lit of a year as 2004 was, 2006 had some bangers, man. 2006 had some bangers. I can't wait to talk about them. But to start it off, to kick it off, right, I figured I would talk about the one of the movies that was a cultural phenomenon that changed the landscape, gave us so many great stars. I'm talking about the one, the only High School Musical. That's right. Yesterday, as the time of this recording, which was January 20th, it was the official 20th anniversary of High School Musical. This movie, like I said, it was huge. It was great. And I'm going to be here talking about it, reminiscing on it. Before I get any further than that, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. You already subscribed. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. All those are down on the ticker below. And yeah, thank you all for showing love, man. Thank you all for subscribing, and just, get ready. We're about to jump into some themed months. We got some really cool content coming up. We got some really great reviews coming up, and I cannot wait to get into them. And the best way for you to stay updated is to make sure that you subscribe, have your notifications on, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get into this. Let's get in this, because right now, as of this very moment, we're all in this together. I don't know the words, but we're all in this together now. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Y'all got a lot of musicals from me lately. That's crazy, crazy work. So High School Musical follows Troy Bolton, played by Zac Efron, and Gabriela Montez, played by Vanessa Hudgens, who are basically they're two high school students that met each other on the break. They sang together, had a great time, and now all of a sudden they go to school together, right? But what's wrong with them going to school together? Well, the thing that happens is that Troy is a basketball player. He's the top star. He's the team captain. His dad's the coach. He's the #1 player. He gotta have it. Gotta keep his head in the game. Gotta get his head in the game. Woo! All right. Before I go any further in this, before I take one more step in this review, I gotta let y'all know I was not a High School Musical fan when this movie came out. Okay, I was not a fan of I acknowledge that it was a movie that people loved, and I acknowledge that there are some good things about it, but overall, I was not a High School Musical fan. Okay, you could not get me to tell you I was. My cousin was. I ain't gonna put him on blast, but I have a cousin who was a big High School Musical fan. All right. But yeah, not me. Okay, my daughter's really into it. My oldest daughter's like really into High School Musical. I know a lot of people who are. Me, I'm just not. Like, I've seen all three of them. There are three of these. The third of which went to theaters, which was a very interesting moment in time. I saw it, and I thought that movie was pretty good. And this High School Musical also has a TV show spinoff called High School Musical: The Musical Series. I have no idea what that show is about. I think it's about like a bunch of kids putting on a production of High School Musical, but it's also chronicling their journey as making their own. I don't know. It's convoluted. I haven't watched not 1 second of that show. But we're not here to talk about those. We're here to talk about High School Musical. So, High School Musical, like I said. So Troy Bolton, him being the basketball star, he kind of starts to get into musicals a little bit. He starts to get into the drama club. He wants to kind of join that, wants to, he has a lot of potential in that. But the problem is that not only does his dad not believe in him doing that type of activity, but his teammates don't believe in him doing that. Like, there's just so much pressure on him being a basketball star and not doing the music thing, because doing the music thing in the drama club is like, oh, you're a sellout. Matter of fact, they have a whole entire song that's like, no. See, I told you I can't sing. I lost my gift of singing. Stick to the status quo. Yeah, so it's like in the song, stick to the status quo is basically like about all the different kids in the high school and they're like, oh, well, you know, people see me as this, but I really want to do this, and I really want to be like this, and it's like I'm going to go against what the stereotype is for me. And you know, while that is it's a cute message, I'm not going to hold you. It's just wild to think about, like all the different things people want to be. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So pretty much the question is, can Troy stand up for himself, and can he do the singing, or will he have to give up one of his things, you know, a newfound passion versus a long time passion? You know, what's he going to choose? What's he going to pick, right? So uh, what can I say about this movie? Like I've already mentioned how much of a cultural phenomenon it was. This was directed by Kenny Ortega. This was a role that this was a movie that put even him on the map, right? So like, because Kenny Ortega, like he choreographed this whole thing, and like the dance moves were always sharp. So it's like, it even came to a point where like nearly any musical movie you see on Disney Channel, because this was a Disney Channel original movie, which means it was a TV movie. Any of the DCOMs that you see, yes, DCOM stands for Disney Channel Original Movies. If you don't know, now you know. He's directed a lot of them, like Descendants, and I think he had a hand in Zombies. I think he had a hand in Teen Beach Movie, if I'm not mistaken. He had a hand in a lot of those things, mainly because of this here movie. He even worked with Michael Jackson, like for the This Is It tour. Like he is a very good choreographer. He is very good at like bringing these musical moments to life, and I think that's one of the things that really works about this. The characters in the movie, they are really fun. You know, I already mentioned Zac Efron's Troy and Vanessa Hudgens' Gabriella, but you definitely gotta, and I mean, you have to give a round of applause to Ashley Tisdale's Sharpay and Lucas. What's his last name? I always forget his last name. Lucas Graybill as Ryan Evans, and absolutely give credit to Corbin Bleu as Chad. Even though Corbin Bleu doesn't do a lot in this first movie, this does lay a lot of the groundwork for how cool he could be, like, because you know the iconic Corbin Bleu hair, his wonderful singing voice, and the way he was able to nail a lot of the choreography. So there is a background to this movie, in terms of how it was made and how it came to be, and the history of this movie actually starts with an episode of a very, very popular show from back in that era. A little show called That's So Raven. Yes, the origins of High School Musical tie into That's So Raven. Let me explain how. So, in the That's So Raven episode, there was a That's So Raven episode where they had like a musical thing going on. And during this musical episode, Eddie, who's played by Orlando Brown, he was doing the basketball musical number, right? So he did it with the basketball, you know, all the dance and choreography you do with that. That episode, according to legend says that episode was pretty much a test to see how they can manage doing a musical with using like things like a basketball or using high school characters. It was like they're testing their playing field to kind of like see, like, can we do this? Can we make this work? Could this work? Is this something that people want to see? So they used the episode to kind of like lay the groundwork for how they were going to do that, and then boom, you get High School Musical. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of different in-between steps and stuff like that, but that is one of the stories I have heard, not just once, but I've heard it multiple times, from official sources, from unofficial sources, from theories. So I've heard this story a lot. And yeah, I think it's dope that that's the origins of this particular production, because you could tell a lot of work really went into not just making the high school students feel relatable and feel real, but also putting that musical aspect in an environment where, you know, the last time it was done that well was Grease. You know, and I do think that this movie does take inspiration from Grease, if I'm not mistaken. Grease, the musical with John Travolta and everything like that. You don't remember that? Have y'all ever seen Grease? No? Any Grease people here? Grease fans? Grease fans? Grease fans? Okay, I don't know. I can't see y'all if y'all all the way in the back. Okay, anyway. Yeah, like I said, I don't have a lot of nostalgia for this film. But one of the things that I do always remember about this movie, besides how many times it played in a calendar year on Disney Channel, let alone an entire 24-hour day, let alone a 7-day week, let alone a 5-day week, let alone a 3-day week. This movie was on a lot, okay? That's what I'm getting at. But it was definitely a movie about being able to step out of your comfort zone, right? It was about being able to step outside of your comfort zone, and actually watching it now as an adult, it's about being able to be versatile, right? Having different sets of skills, and just because you're really good at one thing does not mean you can't be good at another thing. A message that now is like common knowledge, like you can be good at more than one thing. The musical aspect of this, the songs are good. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The songs are good. I like Get Your Head in the Game. I think everybody like Get Your Head in the Game though. Like I liked that song back when High School Musical first came out. I was like, that's really the only reason I watched. I watched the movie up to that point, but I barely paid attention. But as soon as Get Your Head in the Game came on, I was like, get your head in the game. Let me get basketball. Let me do the basketball moves. You hear me? Let me woo, I can throw it up. Woo, I caught it. Woo. Like yeah, I used to do like I like that sequence. The other sequence in this, of course, is the final number, we're all in this together. Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody, listen. Don't judge me because like, oh, you know the choreography, but you weren't a High School Musical fan, were you? No, come on. Like everybody, like Disney Channel. This is cable television, right? This is an era where we didn't have streaming. Everybody would sit down and tune in and watch the latest, hottest, coolest thing out there, and you could promote it as much as you wanted to. You could put as much push behind as you wanted to, which is probably why this had a theatrical movie for the third installment. But yeah, no, he did the choreography breakdowns and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna lie, the dance moves was lit. Another what's the other song? I was singing a lot of the songs. I'm not gonna lie to you. What was the other song? I always get the second because I like the second one better. If I had to be completely honest, I do like the second High School Musical. The first one, it's okay. The first one's all right. I like it, but I really like the word. If you ask me where I remember more songs from, it's definitely from High School Musical 2. But you have Ryan and Sharpay do this one song. Oh, you gotta bop, 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 bop to the top. Then the way you're intimate, bop, 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 and start again. Like, you know, it's got stuff like that. What's the other song? Oh my gosh, now I can't remember the song. I can't remember the songs, but they're good songs. They're decent songs. The relationship between Troy and his dad, as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about like Troy's dad wasn't even trying to let him get girls. Like it was like, no, basketball. And it's like, okay, dad, like maybe I want to do something else. It's like, no, basketball. Like, and it in a way, you know, it was just a lot from the dad having that pressure on Troy, and you can. And Zac Efron's performance in this was really great because it really conveyed the fact that, hey, like maybe I don't want to do this, maybe I want to do something different. But of course, peer pressure and everything will always have you fall into a bubble of things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you're doing it to please your friends, you're doing it to please the crowd, you're doing it because it feels like it's the only thing you have to do. And that's the position that Troy was in this movie. But luckily, his friends and his teammates and everything like that, even Gabriella's friends, they all kind of came together and kind of made everything work. And that was what was really good about the film, especially at the ending where it's like you have to do the musical and the big game on the same night. How's he going to do it? And they pulled it off. And it was really cool how they pulled it off. Yeah, like this movie, it is nothing short of iconic. This movie is nothing short of iconic. Like I said, this put this put the whole cast, honestly, put them on the map. Obviously, some went farther than others, but still, it was just such a huge phenomenon when this came out. And the fact that it's still as relevant as it is 20 years later, you know how many TV movies don't even make it past like being remembered 5 years later, being remembered 2 years later, being remembered 3 months later. But this movie throughout 20 years has not only, remained beloved, but it has like brought in new. I told you my oldest daughter loves this movie. She was born far after this movie came out, and you still have the merchandise that can be sold, you still have the songs that play, you still have the celebrations that can be had, and there are kids in every generation that are coming up and they find High School Musical and they fall in love with it, and that in the series of movies and everything like that, it's become a cultural mainstay. It still gets parodied sometimes because there's been countless parodies of High School Musical, and they still happen to this day, and they're still known like, oh, that's a High School Musical parody. Like it's very, very interesting just how long this movie has endured, just the test of time. So, and even the song, like I said, the songs still remain fresh. They still are very good songs. They're still very very, very listenable. They're all very catchy. They give you a little bop. The story, it's not the strongest story, but come on, it's a Disney Channel original movie about a group of high schoolers that end up doing a musical, and they sing throughout the whole freaking movie. Like, what do you expect? This isn't like The Sopranos or something, you know? I don't really have much else to say about this film. I mean, it's not horrible, and rewatching it, I did enjoy it. It was a nice story. I was invested in the characters. I was invested in the story. Okay, granted, I was paying a little bit of attention because I was, doing other things as well. But having it on the background, there were multiple times where I kind of looked up, or I heard the song, or I was able to just keep up with the plot. And like, okay, that is interesting. Okay, all right, yeah, I never looked at it that way. So it is good. It's a good movie, but I prefer the second. Okay, and so when High School Musical comes around, celebrates its 20th anniversary or whatever, best believe I will be here. I will be singing the songs. Yeah, I'll be singing the songs, more songs than I sang today. But overall, I think what I can rate this film, I mean, it's a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, it's good. Like I said, it's not great. It's not mind blowing for me, but part of my rating for that also goes into the cultural impact that it's had. Like I said, even when back in 2023, they had a Disney 100 exhibit at the museum, at one of the museums in Philadelphia, and I took my kids to there, and they had a section that had a small section, but it was a section nonetheless that had some High School Musical memorabilia. And my daughter freaked out. She was like, "Oh my gosh, it's the Wildcats book. That's the Wildcats basketball. That's a High School Musical." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were that invested." So, like, again, that ties into me saying that this movie has stood the test of time, and I think it will continue to. There's always been talk about High School Musical 4 in the age of reboots and sequels and all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we get it. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's really all I have to say about this film. I mean, it's dope. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, happy 20th anniversary to High School Musical. This is going to be one hell of a year. I can imagine they might have some more things up their sleeve for a celebration. I haven't seen like any huge celebration though. I haven't seen it. But maybe they're planning that for some time later this year. I don't know, but I would love to see whatever they do. So, but if you want to go take a trip down memory lane and check out High School Musical, it is now available to stream on Disney Plus, as well as the other 2 movies and the High School Musical, the musical, the series. But that's all I have for you guys right now. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead, leave a like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Comment down below. What's your relationship with High School Musical? Did you enjoy it? Was it one of your favorite movies? Was it one of your least favorite movies? What do you think of when you hear High School Musical? Let me know in the comments down below. And subscribe, follow us on all social media. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. We're all in this together. One more. No, wait. No. Stick to the status quo. Yeah. Oh, that's all y'all getting. Be easy, stay breezy. Peace. I hope y'all have fun with that. Peace.